Hello, and welcome to Behind the Closet, a show where I talk to you from, behind the closet. Today, I want to teach you the only way to truly be free of the shackles of life. We all have it, and you know what I'm talking about. It's the feeling of being shackled by society's expectations. Buddha said one thing. He said all form is suffering. And today we look at something like the that cat theory where it's about how when we look at atoms, those little particles, even when even when they feel our gaze, they change how they behave. This is very important. This isn't a joke, okay? I've seen a joke. Even atoms have social anxiety. Yeah, they do because it's an important thing. All form is suffering, and once you are a form, there is expectations, and once there is expectations, you feel not free. You feel shackled by those expectations. At the very least, when people look at you, they want to see a human. That's like the very least of it. You must be a human. You must act like you know how to move these limbs. It's exhausting, okay? I know how it is. I've been living with it for like many years now. But I've recently found about actually I remembered something. I remembered that instead of changing myself, I can be just a worse version. You know how we all feel like we're losers and we can never be anything and we're so anxious and we're not confident and we look it up all these videos of how to be charismatic, 10 ways to be more confident, how to hide my anxiety, how to be shaky less. No more of that, okay? None of that. None of that. If you're an anxious person, great. Let's be that. This is the method, okay? This is the method I'm teaching you today. It's radical acceptance at its finest. It's like radically accepting whatever you are. Because for most of us, especially if you were living in some sort of criticizing household, traumatizing household where there was a lot of expectations involved from a little child, you might have never experienced freely being yourself. And once you haven't experienced something, you have no idea how to create that. So you might just be on autopilot, just living in this very shackled version of life, not being free because you don't know how it feels to be free, and that's fine. We are starting something new here. We're putting this new seed in earth, and we're gonna learn how to take care of it, okay? How we take care of it is that moment in Megamind. If you have seen that movie, it starts with the movie with Megamind being just this loser kid, okay? Everyone is bullying him. He's having such a tough time. You really pity him. It's a really sad life. And at some point, he says, "I realized if I'm bad, if everyone thinks I'm bad, then I'm gonna be the best at being bad. I'm gonna be the worst person ever." And that he makes it his mission. He does that. He does it perfectly. He becomes a supervillain. That's kind of my point. If that's all the cards you have been dealt, if the cards you have been dealt is that you're ugly, you're short, you're fat, or you're anxious, you're depressed, or anything, you start life at a very stunted point. It's like a race. And you have these people who are gorgeous, talented, and not anxious, and they're starting it but you can't start it with them. You gotta fall behind and first work on these things and become pretty and not anxious, and then start the race. Well, that. Fuck that, you know? Just know, this is about this. If you were born anxious, not pretty, depressed, poor, anything that society tells you is bad, has it been helping to be something else? Because I know your first instinct is to try to hide that, to people please, to be another version of yourself, to be liked, because we yearn to be liked, we love to be liked, we need it. It's such an inherent need in us. But has it helped? For many years, you've been people pleasing, you've been trying to be another version of yourself. Has it helped? Because there's only two options. People either don't like you even when you people please, which is sucks. You know, it sucks. It's like, oh my god, I faked and I still am not likable. Oh my god, I must really suck. And the other option is that people really do like you, but then they don't like you. They like this version of you, and you can't really do anything at that point because no one will believe you that that version isn't really you. You know, like you might be yelling for help right now. You guys don't really know who I am, and they're like, oh my god, of course I know. I love you. If you know, you know. If you've been there, you've been there. And if you, okay, well, no more of that. No more of that. Because the whole point is to radically be yourself. And this was just the philosophy of it. I'm gonna practically show you how. Just from tomorrow, just from today, go wherever you go with friends, with people, and just say whatever you have to say. Just whatever is in your mind. Just whatever quirky, stupid, anxious thoughts that you have. I'm not saying it's gonna make you likable. It probably won't, but it might. I've been trying this for the past month, and it actually has made my friendship so much better. People love me so much more. They want to hang out with me. It's crazy. So many things that I thought if I say they're gonna hate me for it, they don't. They love me for it. And it feels like such a genuine love because it is me. It is no effects. There is no censors. This is just authentically me coming out of me. And it's just such a unique experience that I never ever felt before. And it feels sad that we don't get to experience such freedom. But there's one hurdle, and it's an important one. It's that you're not in your body. And if you're not in your body, you don't know what you really want to say, what you really want to do. You go through your social interactions in your phone. It's a numbing machine. It's making you numb. And when it's making you numb, it's making you distracted. You're not going to know what is truly going on in your mind. So you're going to just work on autopilot. You're not going to be able to be on command. I'm asking you to be on command. I'm asking you to, instead of being people pleasing on autopilot, be on command and think, what do I really want? My friend is asking what I want to eat for dinner. Let me really think what I want to say. It must be such a stupid, cringy thing to say, but I have to pull it out of my mind. It has to be like a conscious effort. And you're not doing that. You're making yourself numb with phones or whatever. Why? Okay? We're not here to shame ourselves. Okay? Whatever you do, you have to do. If you're making yourself numb, if you're wasting away your days with doom scrolling, you have to do it. We're understanding here. We're not judging ourselves. Why is that? Maybe it's because you have such high expectations of yourself that you can't be left alone with yourself. If you, for even one moment, put your phone down, you're going to be left with this judgmental voice inside of yourself that is going to criticize you to shreds. It's not going to leave one piece of you without humiliating it and criticizing it, okay? It's the inside of you is a vicious place to live. Your brain is a vicious place to live. That's why you escape it. Your body is a painful place to live. That's why you try to not be in there. That's why meditating feels like sitting in on a hot plate. You want to jump and move and do something to distract yourself because it's a horrible place to live in there. You don't enjoy it. And until you learn how to be inside of there and listen to the messages that your body and your brain gives you, you can't use this method. Because do you see how there is a cycle? There is a cycle of you learning to fake and people please and not be yourself, and you learn that cycle. And for that to happen, you had to have like a really strong inside critic, so you built that inside of yourself, and then that critic makes you not be inside of yourself because it's such a painful place to live inside of yourself. So you just numb yourself with other things, so those things makes you be on autopilot. So there is this ring of energy that is happening, and there is no way to get out of. There is this loop. You can't get out of the loop because you can't just notice your thoughts for a second. So it's not such a catastrophe, honestly. The key, the starting point, is being kinder to yourself. Can you forgive yourself for all of this? Can you look at it and not be filled with rage? Not think about all the time that has passed and you wasted away your life and there is no more future for you and you are such a loser and you must die. Like, can you just look at this cycle and be filled with love? Can you treat it like how you would treat someone else? Just role play with it. Imagine this is a child, some other kid that you're looking at. Imagine this is your childhood version. Pick up a picture from since you were 6 years old. Look at it and see, can you be this angry and mean towards that kid? If you can, okay, then think about one of your loved ones. Someone that you truly love. See if you can be that mean towards them. If you if you still can, look at a dog, look at a cat that you really, they are really innocent. You look at them and you can do nothing but love. Do it like that. To just reach that point of view that is not judgmental. That part of you that is only loving. And when you reach that, you can learn how to love yourself and not judge yourself. And once you do that, you can sit inside of yourself and listen to your impulses. And when you do that, you can authentically pull your true responses from the inside of you, not just an autopilot response, which is like very people pleasy. So, yeah, I hope this helped. Bye.